Enemy's Emptiness. And Jar of Avarice. What the?
Yeah, Tej was really excited to play that this weekend. I don't think it ever did anything for him.
Alright, well, we'll definitely see it this game. Looks like Frazier's going first, and his hand is very suboptimal. Not much going on there at all.
We have Emptiness, Shrit, Unicore,
Gunganir, Vanity's Emptiness, and Bullblader. Guess he just... Oh, we had Prep.
no.
That must have been up the Dark Magician's sleeve.
Did a prep for no spell.
Rough.
Hard times.
That thug life.
Interesting to note, if he tries to set up the Emptiness now, Tej plays no main deck outs to it besides like Book of Eclipse and Amanji running it over.
He doesn't run Bull at all.
Oh, he does, but I guess yeah, it's an out.
Did Tej open Rhoda?
I cannot see his hand. I know the Jar and the Emptiness are there.
So what's he gonna do with his Unicore?
If I was him, I'd probably just grab Brio. Set my Emptiness and pass.
Grab Cycle.
Oh, I guess he's gonna try and Ginlock also.
Yeah, that's what I thought I saw in his hand, the Bullblader.
Jesus.
Oh.
Oh.
Maxie's after the Bullblader comes
He's
out.
left in a pretty awkward position.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, that's super awkward. I don't know. I still think he should have grabbed Brio, because then worst case scenario, he'd be able to just discard for Colossalus.
Like, this game could still be over if Tej can't answer an Emptiness, which actually it seems like they have the same.
Yep.
It's Rhoda. Okay.
Yeah, but he's going to grab Shrit
Yeah.
or Kloss. And at that point, I'm pretty sure it's just over.
I hate Emptiness.
It's a hell of a card. It's a 1-0, so nobody's going to main deck space for it.
Yep.
Well, they both know each other's lists, and Tej knows he only plays one trap. Do you assume it's going to be the one trap, or do you assume he would set something like a bluff or a Book of Eclipse?
He could set a mirror. Like, if I was Tej, I'd be reading that cycle right now. You never really want to hope it's your worst possible scenario. Oh. I guess he's just going to read the Emptiness.
I believe he's trying to make that Jar of Avarice live in his hand.
Well, that sounds pretty cool. This seems super awkward. Like, if he stops this mirror, He would then have to normal summon Bull Blade or Crash.
Well, does he have anything else in his hand? Because if he
No,
stops
like,
the mirror,
he can't
could.
Trish. He can't Trish after this mirror gets
I was gonna
stopped.
say, like, if he really needs to, he could banish the Colossalus in the mirror to search for another mirror and possibly have a follow-up for it.
Right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you just have to flip it up, right? Yep. Oh man, Tej's hand is just not okay.
Crashing with the Unicorn. How does Bull Blader versus Bull Blader work? Do they both die?
Yeah, it's both die.
Yeah. So it's just completely normal.
If Bull Blader runs into anything bigger than it, will just automatically die.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm quite understanding the whole point of Jar of Avarice here. So now if he banishes for a mirror, he's only going to have 4 left in grave.
I think that's what he's contemplating right now. So now that Tej wasted it, like he had to use his Bull Blader to clear the emptiness, he has nothing for the Diginlock unless he like draws with Eclipse for turn. So he can just be out of this game really quickly.
Agreed. I need to go see if the one can start.
Yeah, Frazier's outs are 1 Book of Eclipse and 1 Regeki.
So I know you have just Breo? Yes, I'm Breo.
That's it.
As it stands right now, this game is not looking good at all for Tej.
He has resolved the Jar of Avarice. Drew 1.
Ooh, Maxi.
On time.
Just drop it immediately.
On time.
Heart of the cards. That is absurd. It's not trying to get you off there. That actually just happened. Wow.
It seems so good. Wow. That Jar of Avarice putting in work.
Team War Council famous for their heart of the cards.
I think it's like
The real question is, would he have drawn that anyway off of Jar of Greed? Without having to
Have
shuffle
5.
in, yeah.
Right.
If you're Frazier, you just push through here. He only has 1 Necros card in grave. I don't know. That's already 3k on board.
Go ham.
Maybe something Valk.
There's 1 mirror in grave, so worst case scenario, there is a Valk target.
That's 3,000.
Angel, he dropped Max C just in case Frazier wanted to overlay. he wouldn't just lose a card for the wobble chain.
Right. It looks like Frazier's gonna go for it. I see that look in his eyes. Let's see, that's 3,059. And he's gonna discard the Shrit. That's gonna get Colossalus. Colossalus is gonna get discarded for Exo, and then Exo is going to bring out the Valk. He's gonna go for it. Very nice play.
Ooh, and Tej just drew Valk. Part of the cards is very real. No, that was not a Valk.
Alright, I was about to say, I don't think I can deal with that much heart. Putting Yugi to shame. And game 1 goes to Frazier.
Oh, he was far away, you said? You both played 3, right? Yeah, we played the same amount.
8,000, 8,000.
Yeah.
The whole game.
I think I have to keep making this a
We'll be right back. While the side deck, we're going to play some short ads. So give us about a minute and a half. We'll be right back.
Well, we also came together and we made our decks together. So it's like my list is basically his list and Nick Ma's list put together. Like I just took things I like from both, and I made my own side deck.
I took like 100 decks before this round one this week, and I like just by the number of like monsters, the number of spells, you could tell what decks are.
Yeah.
Yeah, all like identical.
Do you normally, like I guess we'll talk about it after the game. I was going to ask about that Max series. I did not see that coming.
Oh, saving the max.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
I don't know, like you could just
People
go
do the
Unicorn
short,
Bell
yeah.
and then like
Draw 2. People usually do it just
I
like.
would have rather saved it to make my play than force seed it playing
Yeah.
max seed.
Also, like, I guess against like a player that you know is not like incompetent, they probably
Yeah, no,
wouldn't
you're not.
just gonna do
An
it.
idiot.
I only did it because I had emptiness. I was
Yeah.
like, even if he max sees me right here, I have emptiness. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna set emptiness with Unicorn pass. And if you do Bull Blader out, like get out of it.
Right.
I don't have a field, so I can't get trished. But what you just did to me made it where I was about to get trished, and I was like, this is the worst feeling ever.
Yeah.
Only good thing was that you didn't have a Brio.
Yeah.
That you already used Brio.
Yeah.
I was happy about that. Okay, that's fine.
That was great. That was like a really awkward.
It was very awkward. No one started with you.
And we're back.
It wasn't good for either of us. I was like, I hope he just doesn't draw it. I just had a feeling.
I was hoping you didn't have Valk and draw Valk. I was like, you
Yeah.
have Valk. I'm gonna be so sad.
So side out,
He's
Shin.
had already. Like, I'm sad.
If they kept emptiness in, to me, that's the bigger of two evils.
Yeah, Frazier still has emptiness in his deck, I think. It's the top card on his deck.
I'd have been on such tilt.
That just doesn't seem okay. I don't like that.
Man, I wanted die roll and everything. That looked like a fool.
You went -1 on that Maxi though.
Yeah, but
Even though that wasn't really ideal for me.
I didn't know you just had both, but like, I don't know.
Yeah, when I summoned it, I was already to gym lock you. I was like,
Yeah, I was.
it's all happy hour. I was like,
Do you think all in all that Tej lost that game because he kept dropping Max C? So it forced Frazier to push for damage instead of just putting up a Gin Lock, which was the safe, correct play?
I'm not sure about that. I feel like when Frazier acted, like I know it's wrong, but I feel like when like Tej looked at his hand, it was like pretty weak. When Frazier activated the Kaleido, he probably could have just chained it there.
Right.
Because like worst case scenario, he has Shrit and a Valk, and you technically lose a card in the value. But best case scenario, he summons a Unicorn, and it puts something in each of his zones.
Something on
Yeah.
there, right?
And he's forced to summon again, unless he has the
Yeah,
emptiness.
when you did that, I was like, okay.
That's out the way.
Okay, maybe I'm in
So
there.
he only has 6 spells this game. Who's going first? Good luck.
You have to see more.
I actually can see neither opponent's hand. I'm completely in the dark. I feel blind.
Frazier has Shrit, Senju, Shared Ride, so his hand's obviously pretty good. It looks like a ritual spell.
And a Senju, which is about to be summoned immediately.
Says you for Volk.
Ooh, no Maxi. Frazier is now okay to do whatever he wants forever.
Yep. Basically.
Ooh, Tej has Retort, Emptiness. I saw 2 spells. Looks like no one ritual monster. Gungnir. His hand's
Ted's
Sounds
playing so
really
many funny
bad.
cards.
Yeah, but that's leading to his inconsistencies.
Tej really needs to draw something.
He sure does.
I was really hoping we were going to see a 2-0.
I mean, I'm sure Frazier feels the complete opposite.
Maybe just a little bit.
Yeah. And why is Tej running a common emptiness? Is that a thing?
I guess.
I'm just saying he has a retort, an ultimate Gungnir, and his emptiness is very subpar.
Hey,
It
man,
looks.
maybe he needed to make at least top 8 so we could use the credit on a secret emptiness.
You know what?
You don't know his life.
Praise ARG for, you know, helping out the, I don't know, man. We're just giving out scholarships around here.
Whoa, what a play.
Sick nasty.
Yeah, Tej is not allowed to play at all this game unless he needs a lot of things to go his way for him to come back into this game.
Correct. I mean, when the heart of the cards are real.
I have to search first. So, oh wait.
All right. Excellent.
So, Frazier stacked the Maxi
Might just draw it anyway.
before he searched for Shrit, so the deck gets shuffled after that.
Sick play. Arguably the nastiest.
Would have been hilarious if Tej said no, you can't search for it.
Oh.
Then Frazier would have felt like Billy.
Oh no, the Tempest Magician all over again.
Tempest Magician.
Tempest,
Or
the
Tempest
dragon
the
ruler.
Dragon, never mind.
Throwing it all the way back.
Yeah. Apparently Billy forgot twice
Yeah.
within 2 feature matches. What if Frazier just drew the max anyway?
Well, he did, didn't he? He still used the lava chain effect.
No,
No, yeah, he stacked to the top of the deck, but then he had to search
yeah,
for
the
Shrit.
search for Shrit. It was like a super good play.
Next level.
worst part is, even with that, Frazier's hand's still infinitely better than Tej's. Like,
Yeah.
the retort's basically dead at this point.
I mean, it's
Tej
just the
has-
difference between having a maxi and not.
Yeah.
The momentum.
So basically, Tej is starting his turn with 5 cards since the retort doesn't count as a card.
Yep. When I play the mirror and I have to go, I get to go second twice and I get 2-0 creamed, I am actually just thoroughly upset. Because that's the dream.
Manju would be nice.
Is he on point?
They drew Unicorn.
Up. Well,
So he's not dead.
Nope.
Like, he has Shared Ride and Emptiness. Unless Frazier can, like, I don't know, you'd probably just set both at this point, realistically.
actually, I mean, he has emptiness. He has Kaleidoscope too, doesn't he?
I can't tell what the last card in his hand is. It might be.
If it's Kaleidoscope, he's actually sitting pretty. Because then, like, he has Gunganir, like, not even Bull Bladers or Raigekis and out at that point.
Oh, it is Kaleidoscope.
Oh, sick nasty.
Did Frazier draw the Max C is the question.
It doesn't matter. Tej is only going to summon one time. I must say, these are the nicest headphones I've ever had on my head. I just want everybody to know that.
They are $250 headsets.
Yeah, they're fantastic. I literally can't hear a thing in the room.
I feel like a pilot right now.
Oh,
And
the Max.
He did draw the
he
Max
did
C
draw-
after stat.
Fantastic. Good Yugs.
Heart of the cards, man.
Quality play right there.
Wait, why wouldn't he just keep it in hand? Just keep the Gunganir in hand.
I guess he's thinking if he summons Bullblader, the Gungnir can always just pop it at that point. And then he's just out of a normal summon.
What do
And
you
the-
mean?
Like, if he goes to normal Bullblader and attack the Unicorn, the Gungnir only dodges it for one turn, whereas if he summons the Gungnir and he summons Bullblader to try and kill the emptiness, the Gungnir is just immediately going to pop it. So Frazier just knows not to summon the Bullblader. So his outs are a lot more limited now.
Okay, no, you're right. Does Tej have something to discard? I could have sworn that the last 3 cards in his hand now are Shared Ride, Emptiness, Retort, so he doesn't have anything to discard.
Tej nasty.
That couldn't have been right. Help.
He Valks. Removing his Falk that was engraved, so
Well, also if
Unless-
Frazier uses like any Kaleido, the retort is live this turn. So that gives him a Necros card to discard.
Okay.
And like your sequencing of plays usually start with Kaleido or Cycle.
This is actually just going to get super out of hand. I guess Shared Ride, I guess he's hoping that Shared Ride's going to draw him into a card.
Yeah.
You might as well just flip it up, man, yeah. And here it is, watch, it's going to be the first card. It's going to be sick. These duelists are just dueling.
Or maybe the first card's gonna be Max C.
That'd be
That'd be sick.
Jeez.
Set 2. Oh, Tej drew the prep off the shared ride.
Prep Brio.
What's the other card that he drew?
Brio.
Oh, so he drew Brio and Prep.
Good morning, Syracuse attendees. Those of you joining us, please make your way forward for the scorekeeper table for registration. Registration will be closing in the next.
Frizz like, wait, do you have a spell engrave? Yes, that's how
Now,
the
what's-
ritual monster
what's-
came out.
What's the rolling on that?
You only draw one.
You only draw one simultaneous?
But if you were, okay, I was going to say, if you were Tej, would you chain it to grab your shared ride back so Frazier doesn't get to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Next turn?
It's a good play.
Wait, what's happening?
Tej has shared ride in the graveyard, so when Frazier activates his, he activates Retort to negate the shared ride, and he gets to add back his own copy of shared ride.
Oh, that's nasty. But, okay, alright. Wow.
That's probably one of the best cards to hit, in all honesty. It's
Yeah.
like prep shared ride emptiness.
Yeah, that was pretty sick. That was probably just game. Honestly.
We know Frazier plays Mind Crush. He could possibly out up. Nope.
Not today. Actually, that wouldn't even be that great. He
Yeah.
would call Unicorn and then
And the chain,
Gungnir would
yeah.
chain. Yeah. Jeez.
I don't remember if Frazier plays Mirror Force, but Tej certainly knows that, so he'll know if he
I
has
can
to
look
play
it
around
up.
it.
Yeah, look that up.
He does not play Mirror Force.
No Mirror Force? What is he siding for the mirror?
Mind Crush, Lancia,
Okay.
maybe Dance Princess and Decisive Armor if he really needs to do that. That's about it.
Alright.
Yeah, Tej, Tej and Nick's decks are a lot better, like, suited for post-side board games. Their decks also play a lot better when Jin comes out of the main deck, because you get to take all the awkward cards out.
It's definitely more fun to watch.
Agreed. I don't know. I'm kind of an ignorant player. I kind of just want the Jin to just stay on board for 20 turns and watch the opponent just cry. I love tears.
We're joined by Sadist Corey Roca.
Shout out to all the fathers today. Happy Father's Day.
So if Tej plays this,
Yeah, if the Treasure's, I'm
Trish
pretty sure the
is
Treasure's
it.
resolving.
Yeah.
It's just, that's the game.
he has 3 cards in hand. Pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna
Frazier-
say, I'm pretty sure he has Klaus, Brio, and Grave, so.
Yeah. It's gonna banish Frazier's only mirror. Probably the back row and then a card from hand.
Back rows.
The back row is like, we know the back rows will bluff at this point, so it's
Yeah.
probably gonna be another mirror. So he's just farther out of the game.
At that point, you might just chain the Mind Crush. Nah, he would have just Mind Crushed the Exomere. Nah, even that's bad. Jesus. Things are good.
If he mind crushes Trish and he chains Gungnir on the Senju, is that game? If he uses Cowboy, it's 23, 23, and 25.
Well, I mean, he'd still have Valk.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Frazier's only out is Raigeki, whether or not he boarded it out.
And even then, Tej still has shared ride emptiness.
That doesn't do much, though. I mean, I'm pretty sure all his resources are now on his board.
Ooh.
Oh. I guess Space Typhoon.
Yeah, you change space when Trish activates effects, so he has to banish the Senju. But if he hits Valk, the game's just still over.
And here we go. Yu-Gi-Oh!
On to the cards.
The hardest thing he's
Rolling
ever
too
tried.
high.
Ooh.
Wow!
Part of the cards.
Wow!
Go, dice roll. That's game 2.
Wow!
The Trish was pretty real.
That's
Do you not believe
crazy!
me about the heart of the cards when it comes to them? Do you not remember how Nick won the title?
Yeah.
Absolutely no cards. Top deck prep.
Well, pulled back after 60 seconds of ads.
I don't know what the rest of
And
the
we'll continue with game 3.
how the game would have played out. Emptiness still in.
I might put Jin back in too. Just thinking about it, I don't know yet. Your side deck is so much better than mine. That's the bad part. Yeah, it just, so disgusting. Like I knew about it before the event. I just didn't. I didn't test it, so I was like, I can't just play it without knowing if it's actually good or not.
Plays with one of Dragon and one of Shawfish on the side, just in case.
And we're back. We were actually just losing our minds behind the counter.
So we just found out that the top card on Frazier's deck was Raigeki. So if he didn't hit the Valk, that game could have went a very different way.
Whoa! Jeez. Tears. Tears for the Dark Magician.
But and I also hope Mike Albanese wins his second event in 2 weeks.
Oh my god. Yeah, Mike Albanese has really been on fire lately.
Yeah, Frazier sided in the Dance Princess.
Things up.
You can see it there on the bottom.
Like after what just happened, I was like, oh my god. Like, you can't just be doing that.
He's looking at the Raigeki.
He's like, so close.
The lightning just came a little too late.
Yep. God, poor Frazier. That was actually just a really unfortunate beat.
Like, if I tested for this event and I knew like that was the brokenness, then I would have been playing it too.
This is the best use of retort that I've ever seen.
Agreed.
Not that I've seen it used very often.
Not since the days of Spellbook of Judgment.
Yeah, that was pretty nasty, I must say.
Good news is, whoever wins, we both know that they're like a really competent player, so they're probably going to go pretty deep into this tournament.
That's good.
As long as they're allowed to play.
I'd rather, yeah, like, I hope we can see like a good game. None of the games so far have been good.
Do you know what
Correct.
Frazier's record was yesterday?
He just made it in
X, yeah, X2.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Tej was X02.
Yeah, he just got to draw the last 2 rounds.
Penn Gaming, you don't even have to convince your opponent to side of emptiness because it would be absolutely disgusting if your retort takes back your own copy of emptiness when they activate theirs.
All right, you actually need to calm down immediately. That's ridiculous. That's too
Instant
wild.
drop, instant drop from the tournament if that happens to you.
Oh my god.
I just made it like that insult engine, but I drew Maxi off of. Like that misplay was I put Maxi on top. I know I wanted to suck on the bottom table before 40 seconds, just in case he was holding Maxi.
Yeah, I really hope my friend Steven wins in top. It's his very first top. Let's hope he goes far.
We were talking, and I just ended the opportunity immediately.
Lately, I mean, TJ Kinsley at the 150th is his first top, won the whole thing. Matthew Monahan just last week, first top, took the whole thing.
Then I drew Maxi.
Seems to be a trend lately.
After he beat you, Dave, you see his version draw?
Yeah, definitely.
I wish I won on my first one.
It seems like all the DN grinders are doing well.
Yeah. DN's a hell of a drug.
DN confirmed best testing 2015.
Yo.
I think we're close to getting into game 3.
I kind of hope
We're
so.
close. I was wrong. No, I was right. He puts away the side deck.
If you're interested in participating in this event and you have not registered, please do so at this time. Once again, this is the final call for Yu-Gi-Oh! 1K1 New York State Championships.
Oh.
As the second.
All right,
gotta go.
everybody. I will be leaving. Peace.
Corey's got to go play in the 1K. I don't know what Joe is doing. He was just around here. If he's not doing anything, maybe we can get him to commentate.
I'm still a little disgusted.
It's the first time I've seen him talk. The other game when I had it against that other dude, he played it right so that I couldn't bait it the right way.
You knew about it?
No, I don't know if he actually knew about it, but when he told me,
Furman is not here, Bowden.
Man, I wish Furman was here.
because I saw it on the bottom when he did it, and I was like, did you see any of my cards? And he said, I mean, you have to.
Neither of none of the Hoban squad is here either.
No, but George, can I get the official wording on it? Just thinking about that card earlier.
Furman's in Florida, and I have no idea why Ned didn't come.
Oh, I see it in Florida.
He's just on vacation before
Oh.
Nats.
For a lot of people, Nats is a vacation.
For him, it's just the daily grind.
Brio for Valkus. Probably means he has. Does he have the Manju? Nope, he just has nothing and wants to be safe.
Frazier has decisive armor cycle.
Tej opened retort again.
I see a lot of blue cards in Frazier's hand, but one of them's decisive armor and Valk, so I'm not sure if he can string together much of anything.
Yeah, I'll turn it on. Hello, Joe.
Hello, Trevor.
How you doing?
I am well. I was able to stand behind Frazier on that previous game. That was a pretty brutal turn. Retort.
Yeah.
So, I'm not sure how well you made out Frazier's hand from the stream. Were you able to see the contents of his hand?
I believe we see Decisive Armor, Valk, Cycle, and now the Unicorn.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, the Max C is going to entice Frazier just to go into Unicorn Valk, and it's going to put Tej to the test of whether or not he wants a Valk, and
Yeah.
as has been the case for much of the last few weeks with the popularity of Gungnir, Tej decides to use Valk's effect.
Yep, I first heard about people putting Gungnir back in.
A few weeks ago, really.
It was Max and Jeff telling me at Columbus. They were like, yeah, we're playing it again because people just take damage, and then we
Yeah.
can game them later.
Yeah. It's become more popularized, and now
Yeah,
people
definitely.
are, with some frequency, activating Valk really on anything over 3,000. Sometimes that's about the borderline of how much you're willing to take, sometimes less. Looks like Tej has the Vandy's Fiend in his hand, which, if your opponent agrees to side out to Jin, can generate a game state where they have very few outs because they sided them all out. Luckily, these players know each other's deck lists, so Frazier should be aware of that as a possibility in these games. Granted, I did see his side decking, and I saw cards like Bullblader and Regeki remain in the sideboard, Book of Eclipse. So Frazier might be cold, relatively speaking, to Vandy's Fiend if it hits the board. Oh, Tej has Retort again.
You can't see Tej's hand. I don't know if he has like any follow-up plays for next turn, or any way to get spells in the graveyard to make use of the Retort.
Yeah. Chances are he opened with Retort, and he would have had to have drawn it off of the Maxi. So that would indicate, double Retort. Vandy's
That's
Fiend.
basically like starting with almost no cards.
And one of them's Vandy's Fiend. I mean, he really is starting with very few cards here.
think
He's
he
got
drew,
another mirror.
yeah.
So his hand is mirror, mirror, retort, retort, Vandy's Fiend. Yeah.
Oh my god.
He'll be passing it.
Pretty good hand.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Like, I don't even think there's anything he can draw that unbricks that.
Man, Manju
Maybe.
goes
Yeah.
and gets. He can Manju for Colossus. No, he can, if he draws Brio, he can Brio for. Sure, it's. No. I'm trying to find a way to just special summon and then tribute for Vandy's Fiend and hope it gets there. Is that double mirror? Yeah.
Yeah.
What's in it? He's got Maxi and Valkengrave.
He's got literally nothing to work
Yeah,
with.
the levels don't really work well here with double mirror. Because you don't want to draw Manju because then you use your normal summon. So I'm trying to think of something that works off Brio.
This time, parents, for your first round of the Yu-Gi-Oh! New York State Championships, what day of this? Out bet posted. There in the back of the room, next to the Vandy's Big Stack Pack.
Yeah, nothing stands out with the cards that he has in hand. Frazier on the other side is
Yeah.
holding a hand full of a lot of options. It looks like he drew a Maxi since the time that I've come over here. Which is likely he was able to resolve Valk on the previous turn, Valk Unicorn.
Do we
Now-
know if he has a Brio in hand?
I didn't see one earlier.
Because he has Decisive Armor. He could possibly have game with that.
I see a mirror Maxi. We know he has decisive armor. He had Colossus when I was over there. I'm not sure if he's discarded it since then. Yeah, I mean, if Frazier goes for game here, Tej does not have another Valk.
I think that's what he's trying to do right now.
Yeah, he's trying to find the happy medium between putting game on board and being able to use Valk in main phase 2 if Valk.
And not get trished.
Yeah, not get Trish. If Valk is sitting out in Tej's hand. This is unfortunate for Tej. We see those retorts putting so much work game 2 and now just sit dead here in game 3. Alright, so here's Gungnir. I don't think Frazier's going to be able to put that much damage on board.
Yeah, he already used Cycle. As I say, if he didn't use cycle, he could like activate cycle, discard decisive armor to pump Valk, and then summon back the decisive armor.
Yeah. But I don't think that's going to happen.
I think he'll just go with this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, this is kind of what I felt he was going to do once he summoned the Gungan Air like that. Yeah.
Do you just leave your board here after seeing Tej just pass 3 turns in a row?
It's a consideration. He has Maxi in hand. I almost feel like he's in such good shape that Trish isn't worth playing around, but if his hand is enough to build up on the following turn, you could just tribute them both off. Especially if you have a Unicorn, have access to a Unicorn, you can just add Valk back to your hand after. And that's what Frazier's thinking. Gungan Air is reasonable defense against a Trish too. Not enough to completely stymie it, but Tej has been doing literally nothing the last few turns. Frazier should send some weakness. And in the case of Tej, complete weakness, as he has the inability to activate a single card in his hand right now.
The definition of brick.
It's completely dependent on what he has on top of his deck. This game will either sway more towards an even game state if Tej's top card is playable, or he'll look at his top card and concede the match.
That sucks too, because like none of these games were honestly like very good games.
No.
They were all like really one-sided.
I wasn't here for game one. What did it? Was it a Dijin game?
It was a emptiness game.
Close enough.
Yeah. Tej like again just drew like unplayable game 1.
So here's a Brio. Now Frazier's has to decide in what route that he wants to go. Search Dance Princess? Alright. He runs a Dance Princess.
Thank you for joining us for the New York State Championship 1K1A. My name is Michael Ward. I will be your head judge for this event. I'm located up front of the blue shirt talking microphone. I just want to go over a few ground rules with you really quick.
So he's leaving Gungan Air on field. Okay. Or not. You see, if he did have Cycle, he might have been able to generate game. He's only activated Mirror this turn, right?
No, he activated Cycle to summon the Valk.
Okay, touche. Yeah, so game wasn't a possibility. Yeah, at this point it looks like Frazier is going to keep a monster on board. The fact that he searches out Dance Princess really indicates that to us.
Leave your hand up. I need to see it. I need to identify you. I need to find you. If for some reason you go to my ruling, or the floor goes to the appeal, you'll head up.
Well, one of them is Dance Princess. One of them is I know he has Maxi in hand. I'm wondering if Frazier is calculating the value of Maxi at this point. He could have a situation where he has one Necros monster and Maxi, and he doesn't want to discard the Necros monster because it's his only Necros card.
I don't know about tributing off the Valk though.
Yeah, that's a lot of power to be tributing off.
Like, all honesty, yeah, he could just tribute Dance Princess and add back a banish thing, which gives him access to a Unicorn.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I was saying, Frazier might not have wanted to make it so that he's forced to discard whatever card he gets back off the Dance Princess.
If you have your deck list, if you can please unfold them, put them face down, and pass them towards the center of the room.
He's got a full hand. He's just avalanching the card advantage at this point. Maxi, sure, it's Decisive Armor. I think that's a Decisive Armor. So he's only down to Kaleidoscope is the only spell he can activate this turn. That's back Valk, very good. Passes. So, is the top card live? Is it Brio, basically? It's Brio or bust.
Sure
Shurit is
dead.
dead. Yes. Shurit does not get there.
Like, he's probably going to try and bluff Mirror Force here, maybe. I don't know.
Set
go
it
Mirror
all.
just-
Set it
yeah.
and forget it.
Alrighty, Yu-Gi-Oh players, at this time, I'd like to welcome you to round 1 of 6.
Now, Frazier's in the position where he can end phase activate Gunganir's effect.
And then activate it again on the other turn.
Absolutely.
Yu-Gi-Oh players have the right to move the clock on the left.
Certainly think he's going to be enticed to try and do that. Try and pick off some cards. But if you're in Frazier's seat, Tish's just gone through multiple turns without setting anything. And now he sets all of these. You have to assume that some of them are retorts. I think that's a very easy read that some of them are retort, at least one. I think it's an easy read that some of them are ritual spells just without anything to do. And because they cited Djinna, what other monster is he going to set other than Shurit? So you can make the assumption that one of those is not cycle, or else he would have cycled out the Valk from the graveyard. So it might be easy to read that the back rows include retort, Kaleidoscope, possibly a drawn Shared Ride, Mirror, but definitely not cycle.
Jar
Yeah.
of Avarice.
Yeah,
Could be Jar of Avarice, yeah. And it's stacks per game. Or Decisive Armor for game. So Tesh should just show the cards he has. So like a sideboard card, sideboard card, sideboard card, and some mirrors, like I said. So if you were in that seat, in Frazier's seat, you could have read that the back rows were a collection of Kaleidoscope, Mirror, Retort, possible drawn Shared Rides, and he had all of those. So that was a good decision by Frazier just to go right after the monster. He knows it's Shurit, and he knows the back rows are likely all bricks. So that's an unfortunate game 3. We didn't really see a great match here between these two well-accomplished players. Tej is a tremendous player. Frazier is a tremendous player. But Frazier will be moving on to the top 8 here at the ARG Circuit Series live in Syracuse, New York.
We'll be back in a little bit with top 8 as soon as we get to that. I'm going to play ads, the whole shebang, etc.
I actually talked to Frazier about the sequencing of that lava chain, and he said he got distracted because they were